Hillary Clinton's boxes. From 1996 to 1997, I served as a Fulbright Scholar in Journalism and Mass Communication in the Central Asian Republic of Kyrgyzstan. It was November the 12th, 1997, and I was standing on a flatbed truck with a clutch of photographers and videographers waiting for Hillary Clinton's plane to arrive at Bishkek's Manas airport. My job, as explained to me by the embassy's public affairs officer, Kelly Keidling, was to hold a good camera position for ABC News, which was providing pool coverage for the US networks. I felt slightly overqualified to be a media bouncer, but I held my ground as the plane dipped out of the clouds and the photographers pushed and shoved to find a good angle. The members of the American press corps came running from the plane to the press area that Kelly, two embassy staff members, and I were policing. A few minutes later, Mrs. Clinton got her cue and walked down the gangway to be greeted by the president's wife, Myra Makayeva, the US ambassador, Eileen Malloy, and government dignitaries, before walking to a stage to make a brief speech. It occurred to me that only two types of planes park on the tarmac with passengers descending by steps: those operated by cut-price airlines and those carrying political leaders. The first park there because they do not have gate privileges, the second use the steps as a photo opportunity. For days, staff had been working to prepare for the whirlwind 5.5-hour visit. The schedule was planned, reviewed, revised, translated into Russian and Kyrgyz, and revised again. Press kits were compiled. They included visit of the First Lady Hillary Clinton to the Kyrgyz Republic, notepads. I still have mine. Every newspaper and TV station and radio station in Bishkek wanted to cover the visit, so a press pool system had to be devised. 11 US journalists were accompanying Mrs. Clinton on her 6 cities in 6 days tour. To maintain balance, 11 local journalists were selected to join them in the airport press area and at other events. The idea of a press pool was a novelty in Kyrgyzstan, and there were heated disputes over who should be included. Preparations at the airport had begun the previous day. We had the driver pull the flatbed into different positions so we could calculate the best position for shots of the gangway and stage, given the angle of the sun and the amount of backlight. Meanwhile, government officials were carefully positioning the small crowd enclosure. There were questions about whom Mrs. Clinton was going to meet and in what order. Will Madame Akayeva step up to the podium from the left or from the right? Do we need 25 flag-waving children, or will 20 be enough? The airport event was held to mark the donation of 2 truckloads of medical supplies by the United States to a charity run by Madame Akayeva. This called for a backdrop of boxes, and officials shuffled them around to frame exactly the right image behind the podium. Okay, let's try it with 5 across the bottom, and let's get the welcome banner 2 inches to the right, a little bit more. From the airport, Mrs. Clinton was driven in a motorcade to the city to speak at the formal inauguration of the new Kyrgyz American University, to visit a women's poverty alleviation project at the bazaar, and have lunch with the first couple at their summer residence in the mountains. The whirlwind, heavily choreographed visit ended with a meeting with the, quote, American community in the airport VIP lounge. It lasted only 15 minutes. Mrs. Clinton and Madame Akayeva spoke and posed for pictures with children. Then Mrs. Clinton was off again. In Almaty, Kazakhstan, they were already lining up the flatbed truck and arranging the backdrop. How many boxes? How many children?